Okay, so I'm Silou and I will introduce myself with this presentation. So let's go from step to step. But this presentation won't be technical. I hope my English will be enough. As I said, it's like drop your brain. It's not technical. It's okay. It will be easy. So first, quick questions. Who know about furries? I don't mean if you know furry tweeters. Like if you know like what furry really is. One, two, some people know, okay. Do some people are working for Orange Cyber Defense? No one, no colleague? No, actually working for Orange Cyber Defense? No one? Okay, cool.
I know Michel.
You know Michel, yeah. But he's not working anymore.
I'm still paid by Orange.
And who is reconverted? Like you worked in a different way and you changed to go to pentest or something different? No one? One? Two maybe? So for everyone, you like make studies into IT and you continued in this way? Okay. And you know, PowerPoint animation, it works less because this is good Google Slides and Google Slides have less funny animations. So I won't use them anymore, don't worry. But it was just fun. It was just funny finding this like all animations. And so about me, hello, I'm Silou. I'm a pentester. I'm furry on Brony for the Brony Point. Maybe you know them. My Twitter is Silou 18, and my professional Twitter is No Cat Creation. There is no O because Twitter does not allow that many letters, so I had to cut one. I made 6+ years of pentest at Orange Cyber Defense. That's what I was talking about them in the introduction. And today I will show you the subject of this presentation. So this is not about furry. So no, I will not talk to you extensively about furries. You are not there for that, I guess. So I'm not there for that also. I will not speak also to pentest. Like I'm not here to demonstrate like a tool or something very technical. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the reconversion, not the Christian one, not the reconversion, like the professional reconversion. So first, my job, hacker. Like it's called also IT security consultant, but it's way better. I tell people, hey, I'm a hacker. I hack companies. So the first year, like 2015, I was finding that pentester was the coolest job because I had made like a master degree in IT security. I found that job at Orange Cyber Defense. I was pentester. What cool! I was pentester. It was the coolest job. I was paid for hacking companies. So awesome. I could even practice challenge on my free time, like in between two missions. So I had to write reports, but it was not a matter. Like reports was okay. Was if I could still like the companies during all the day, it was cool. For the third year, I was like, pentest. Yeah, pentest is cool, but maybe there is something else. Maybe another job, another company. Or another company. I even made like, it's not a burnout, it's a bore-out, like you are very bored of what you made. For the story, I was looking for a job in another company. Didn't even reply to me, and a year later they like shut down the world IT team, so the world IT security team. So good thing they did not reply to me because for the story, like even recruited one of their member, like all that again. I know you are in this company and now you're here for the recruitment and oh, something bad happened to your team, okay. For the fourth year, I was offering a post for the system administration. I mean, I was doing pentest like full-time, but Orange Cyber Defense was like growing a lot. We went from 20 pentesters to 80, and we had no one to manage like this, you know, not the shadow stuff, but those servers you got to crack passwords, to make like hacking, like you know, you have all-time servers open for your missions. So we needed a system administrator to do that. Parle un peu plus fort. Okay, sorry. I will try to. A colleague of mine offered me like, I told about the managers that you wanted to make something different in the company, and you liked system administration. So it means for me less going to the customers, like Spain in the Warwick in another company, to make stuff while you were paid the same thing, the same amount that the people staying at home. Okay, so I could have less of that. I was managing colleagues, but you know, colleagues and kids sometimes are the same when they forget the password for the third time in a month and they do silly things. It's yeah. It was like part-time, like 50% of the time I was going IT pen testing, and the 50 other percent I was making system administration. So I said yes. Problem, I was like the only one on the job because my manager for that was not full-time on it. He was just giving me advice, and he had like great relationships with other people in the company, but I was the only one for that job. But it was changing. It was nice. So I was not bored anymore. I was like, okay, this world different thing, it's interesting. And in the same time, I was like becoming more and more into the furries. So if you know a bit of the furries, like the anthropomorphic fandoms, like people who are like a spiritual character with being an animal, an anthropomorphic animal, meaning like a human with some animal characteristics. And so at that time, as I was in the furry fandom, I wanted to have a fursuit. Like you have your character, you like it, and you want to be it. So I wanted a fursuit. So I asked the maker, and the maker said no for good reasons. But so I said, okay, so you don't want to make a fursuit for me? I was paying for, but okay, I said, I do it myself. You know, I like sewing. I did small things, but big project like that, oh yeah, maybe it could be interesting, because I loved IT, like I love a pen test, but doing something for real with your hands, like creating something that stays in the time. I know that some of you know that, like, you think about it, I know. And so I like took information how to do that. So I found YouTube tutorials, there are a lot of them. I bought pattern on Etsy. Like, you don't start from nothing, you buy the patterns, it's really worth it. I was able to reproduce existing materials, because this fursuit is my boyfriend's fursuit he had like months before. So when you have the stuff, you can look at it, like reverse engineer it, like you look inside, look, it's okay, it's this way, okay, I see. And so did it go wrong? I don't know. I made the pose, I made a big fluffy tail, I made pose, and I made the head. It's the most technical part, like it's very long, but I made the head. So this is the final product. And I went skiing with it. It was always a dream for me, but yeah, I could go skiing. I not do the body at this time, but I went skiing, and then COVID. You know, remember that, this fun part when we are locked at home? Yeah, myself also. So I was working at home 100% time. I was happy because that didn't mean going to customers. I was like staying at home. I was still working, but staying at home. There were no furry events. So, you know, I spent like lots of time and money to make a fursuit, and I could not show it to people. But yeah, so I continued to make the fursuit. So I made the body. Okay, I was not experimented. Sorry. I'm also experimented to stuff. Let's come back. Yes. Yeah, so there was a big hole in the back. So this is like, when you are beginning, it's something, you make mistakes. This is the kind of mistakes I made, but yeah, so I repaired it. I made the whole body. I made photos like around the whole, I don't know, 1 or 2 kilometers allowed during this period. So it was funny, and we don't even went taking photos with the carrots, because there were no furry convention, no one to show the fursuit. So I went having fun with people, like having costumes. And so on my 5th year, so I moved to Lille, because I forgot to tell that I was in Rennes, so I moved to Lille. I had a new, smaller team. My manager for the IT system administration was my actual manager in Lille, so I could work with him. New buildings, new clients, so the things were different. But oh yeah, I forgot, here's the meme. So yeah, I was taking a new life. For the 5th year, I wanted something to go different, because I liked making my fursuit, I liked my job. but why not selling also fursuit? So I took my first client, was a friend of mine. He wanted a bunny, so I made like a big bunny, and here is his new tail. It's not the same one, but he wanted a new tail because he was not happy with the old one, so I made a new tail. And so I realized this fursuit. So what's the conclusion from this job? So during this time, my schedule was this one. I was making pen tests in the morning to the evening, all day. And then I was making the fursuit during the evening, and part of the night I took a 1 hour break to eat. And then I was sleeping, and then repeating all the time. Like the rhythm was really hard. Like I had very little free time. On my weekend, I was working all the time on the fursuit. I almost burned out because in the end of October there is a big French convention named Fursuit Blacklight. I wanted my client to have like the head and the paws and all the thing except the body, and so I rushed. Like I finished like the pose like 30 minutes before going to the convention. So I spent like too much time on those 2 or 3 months. So for November I did nothing. I was like, no. I'm dead. I just work. I don't do the fursuit, and for December I finished the body. So the whole thing took four months. So in the conclusion, I had to make a choice. Like I make fursuit slowly. I had to take a part-time job. I had to find a solution if I wanted to continue. So I got this idea. Why not doing something else? You know, pen test is cool, but maybe there are other possibilities. So, okay, if I want to like make the fursuit for a living, there are pros and cons. Pros. I get my own rhythm. Like, if I want to wake up at 11, I can. The client won't call it, even if, if I'm very like, the client will call. But if I'm late at work, no one will notice. I could choose my clients, like it for this year you will work for this annoying bank. No, so for that I can choose the clients. I can do something that motivated me again because I was a bit bored of the pen test. I wanted something else. That the making fursuit was very motivating for me. I could work from home like 100% of the time, not going to clients. I could have unlimited holidays. If you don't work, you are not paid. But I don't have to ask, hey, can I get off for this day? No, if I want to go to holidays, I can. But it's just the more I work, the more I gain money. Developing a lot of skills like sewing, administrative, client relation, social networking. Because when you're doing one job, but when you're doing like your own job, like you're independent, you're doing a lot of skills, a lot of different things like accounting, and also it's very different. Cons, fewer or no regular income. Like in the end of the month, you got your income. When you're independent, you got income. When you got clients, when they do pay you, like there are months where you gain nothing, and months where you gain a bit. But definitely, when you're working in pen test or in IT in general, you're getting a lot more than making fursuits for sure. No sick leave, like you have no mutual. Like if you are sick, you maybe you can work if you want money, but if you don't work, no one will pay you for that. And something that maybe you don't realize, like you got the mutual insurance, like with your company. Most of the time, it's like an advantage, like it's paid for you. When mutual insurance send you a mail like telling that, hey, you're off the company, you are not covered anymore, like, oh shit, so you have to find one and pay one, and fuck, it's expensive. No meal tickets, it's a great thing, like you can pay the shopping on the meals with the TK restaurant, so I lost that. You have fewer social interactions because going to the office can be boring, but at least you see human. You can discuss with people. When you are working alone, you see no one. Like you're really alone. Some people like that, but if you don't, be sure to know that. And the inability to borrow money, it's also a thing. Like when you see the banker, you want to make a big borrowing to buy a flat or a house, and you say, hey, I'm independent. I have no regular income. You say, okay, you want what, 1,000, 2,000 number? Okay. But you cannot just, if you want like to a house or something like that, it can be a bit tricky. So, leave or stay? Okay, so here are different points. Is there a solution to make a trial, like not leave the company, but still do something else? Yeah, there are solutions. You can ask your company, but there are. You have the sabbatical leave, the leave of absence for personal reasons, called in France absence pour congé personnel. No, is that absence pour congé? Oui, absence pour congé pour raison personnelle. Je crois, je sais plus, j'ai un doute. Pardon. Does the company agree? Yes, the HR was okay to let me, like, for the second leave absence personal. How much time? So I could negotiate like 1 year, and after 1 year they call me and I can renew for 1 other year. Can I afford it? So yeah, I got savings, I got no loans, and my partner has the job. Like, savings will really save you for the first month. Having no loans is like a bit less stressing. And for the legal aspect, like, I need to open a company, check if is it possible to do at home, because I discovered after that when you are like in a flat, like the reasons, like maybe it does not allow you to work, like having a full-time work at home, like having clients and all, but it depends. Like if you have like 10 clients coming at home per day, they won't agree, but if it's 1 per month, it's okay. And so, which decision did I take? Fuck yeah, let's go, let's do it. So I took like the absence for personal reasons. So for 1 year and 1 year renewable. So no, my actual job, I'm a fursuit maker. So I can also call it like expensive carpet maker, but it's less funny. Like fursuit maker is more interesting. So for that I had to create a brand, like a name, like so Snowcat Creations. I made a website, a big nice website, like all the information the clients could work. It's a thing, like it's a good thing, like yeah.
PHP.
WordPress, yes, PHP, WordPress. So it's a good thing to work in the IT because you can make a website, you can make a nice website and secure it because you know how it works. I made a logo. I commissioned like someone who is working professionally to make logo because I can draw shit. I could have a workshop like in my flat. We had like a third room, so I transformed like the room like was initially for storing things and resaving like people to sleep at home. So now it's people sleep on the sofa in the main room, and this place is for work. I also to define the products and ideas, so taking fursuit commissions, fursuit part commissions, because if people cannot afford for the whole thing, so maybe just the paw, just the tail, or some part. And the accessories, like you want the undersuit, disinfectant, sandals to go to your suits, like everything that can bring money. I made I didn't make it, the order simulator. A friend of mine made it, but an order simulator full JavaScript, so people could see if all the options, all the things they can have. French and English website, because French is good, but you have lots of clients in Europe and in other parts of the world. Terms of service, FAQ, so you have to think about all this. Communication over social networks, because you can't have clients if people don't know you. Yeah, so I was ready to fight. So, I opened the commissions with all this. I received 1 commission, this guy. But it was ready like months before, so okay, you should, no one else won't come here, okay. Later I received two commissions, but the people did not go on up to the end, so they were interesting, but after that they were, oh no, I don't got the money for that, so no, for later maybe. And I got also unexpected orders, like 1 body per tail. For the story, it was in convention. I was drunk. I was speaking with the guy. I thought, yeah, I can do your body and your tail, yeah. And he contacted me like months later. Is it still okay? I was, I don't remember you, but if you pay, yeah, I can do a thing for you. And I also had like someone who asked me for protogens, like a special species made out of electronic parts. I'm not into electronics, so there is a guy that is specialized in electronics, but it's not really at ease with the fur and all. So he makes the electronic and make the other part. And so in the conclusion, getting people to know me, it takes time. Like you need people to speak about you, to follow you. You need like lots of clients to have a lot of results, because you won't order something very expensive to someone when you don't know what it makes for real. And so it takes time and it takes experience. So for now, I had my first difficult client, the client getting, no, more like that, more like that, no, you should do it like, no, I know my job, you should do it this way. And when I gave him, like, his fursuit was like, it's too large, no, it's not, I told you, you wanted, yeah, but I was wrong. I'm trying stuff and I'm not at ease with, it's a good thing, but also if you're making like too many stuff you're not good at ease with, it can be a bit like, yeah, not very sure about what making, it's not a very good idea. I made a second order commission, like recently I got like one order and two unexpected one, like one order from Belgium guy. The unexpected one was like some guy who asked me for a post, just the post, like, okay. And the other one, yeah, it was a friend from me. I want to have a fursuit. So, are you available? Okay, you're lucky. But he did not read my website. No, he was not knowing everything about what that I was ready to commission. He was just lucky, asking me in the right time. I'm making like diversification of the offer, maybe like big pole plush and like something that can bring money, which is a bit different. I need to try selling at conventions, because at convention you can make like lots of stuff, and people are staying in the hotel like for 3 days and working in front of your stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, maybe. So being on the internet is nice, but showing the people the stuff for real is better. I need to declare the company. Yeah. It takes time, but yeah. And I need to get a real rate. It's, I think, the most difficult part for me, because, you know, there are some people that, I don't know, wake up in the morning, like at 9 a.m. they're like all up and ready to work. It's not my case. Like I'm like getting to sleep like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, oh shit, it's 10, it's 11, it's 12, and yeah, I think my own rhythm is very difficult. Like when you don't have a manager or boss asking you where you are, we're waiting for you at the work. When there are no one for that, and you are your own boss, and you are like asking yourself to wake up, it's a bit more difficult. And so in the conclusion, so dreaming is nice, but making your dream come true is better if you get like an idea about, I'd like to make something, I'd like to try something else. It's your dream, but you can try to take a bit of time, make a try to make it getting real. There is always a possibility. You can find a lot of excuses. No, I cannot because this, because that, because that. No. You find excuses. If you really want, you can find a way to make what you really want. Life in company is easy, for real. You get a salary, you get orders, you get your clients that come at you easily. Like for you when you're like in freelance, like it's a bit harder. Make sure to know what to expect. Like if you got an idea and you jump on it, you maybe will fail, will maybe realize that things are not as you think so they are. So anticipate, like try to know where you are going to. Like, yeah, there will be always unexpected things, but don't jump on the thing. Like we're not being prepared. We'll learn with failure and try. Like, I don't know if I will continue this activity I started months ago for like a year, 2 years, 6 months, I don't know. But if I stop, I won't count it maybe as a failure, but it will be a try. It will be a period when I will have learned things, when I will have worked differently. If you even fail at something, you will have learned something and you have to try again. And last thing, memes make the presentations better. Thank you.
Hey guys, questions?
Yeah. Yes?
Before jumping into it, so you said you had a part-time job.
It wasn't part-time job. It was just in the company. I was pentester for the part-time, and the other part-time I was administrator, system administrator. So it was a full-time job.
But more broadly speaking, when you want to start a new thing, did you thought about having like a fail-safe or something to back up on if it didn't work?
Yes.
You thought about it and what?
Yes, it was so it's not the sabbatical thing, but le congé pour convenance personnelle I took was my fail-safe. Like, if tomorrow I don't want to make it anymore, I can call the HR and tell him, sorry, I want to go back to the company. It's too hard, so please take me back. So they still have my seat reserved. It was my very best one, fail-safe, because yeah, if I want to, I can go back to the company like easily. I did not leave the company. It would have been way too stressful. Yes, there are lots of questions. Sorry, he was before, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
And speak loudly, please.
How do you handle all the economical aspects? So how do you fix prices? How do you choose your...
For the prices...
where to buy products?
Yeah, so for the prices, I'm not the only one making this job. There are like dozens of people, so I can see their price, the experimented, and also it depends. But also you have to count on how much time I need to spend to make like one fursuit, one head, one seat, one that, and how much do I need to leave. So with that, I can fix the price. I'd like to be them higher, but I cannot make them so high because people still need to be able to afford them. And as I'm new, I cannot fix like very high prices. So first, I need to make like medium prices to know that with that I can a bit survive for like months. I have saving for that. Like I took a lot in my savings, but. The prices are like, yeah, how much time you will spend, how much you need, and after a certain time you can raise the price. And for the furniture, it depends. The special thing with me that I copied on the maker is that I don't buy the fur. The fur is the price is depending on why you buy it, on how much you need it, and the client will buy the fur. And it's also an economical thing. Like on this activity, you pay taxes, but if you buy fur to sell it to the client, you will be taxed on the fur. So I ask the client to buy the fur to deliver me at home. And this way, I have to buy very few stuff like the foam and different things, but it reduces the price on my side. Question, yeah.
Questions. The first one is you mentioned that you tried this because you wanted to learn new skills. And at the same time, you mentioned that you didn't want to draw your logo yourself, or you made your website yourself, but the price simulator you didn't do it yourself. How did you choose what you're doing yourself and what you're paying all the people to do?
So for that is on my competencies. Like I know I cannot draw. I'm very bad at inspiration. Like if you ask me to make something artistic, I'm like, no, I cannot create for myself. For the logo, I asked someone who is skilled in that. For the website, it's WordPress. I know I can spend time on the WordPress, it's okay. But for the tool in full JavaScript, I'm very bad at JavaScript. I could like take a lot of time to learn it, and also I got a friend that I know who knew that. So for me, it was very much more better, like to pay someone for this part and for me to make the website. So it depends on the skill I have. I need that if I need to learn something new from scratch just to make a simple tool or simple things, it's not worth it. Yes.
Have you considered using your freelance statute to do both pen test and fursuit, like pen test on a skill, and if you have some free time, fursuit? Not the same time. Like you have your schedule, and if you have no customer for one of each, you can just swap.
Yeah, I'm not very at ease at being a pentester and freelance. Like I think it's smart is being in the company, but thing I could do is like part-time, like 2 weeks in the company, 2 weeks making fursuit. There are like a lot of solutions, because if the company really wants to keep you to make like choices, like to accept that you are not full-time there with them because they really want you to work for them, they can accept to be like you as a part-time or sabbatical or different things. But I don't know, maybe in the future change things. But for now, I made pen test. I wanted to make something different. I made something different, and maybe in the end, I will just make a mix or something. I don't know. I'm open for everything in the future.
Okay, so let's put pen test away. But what about red teaming in fursuit?
I think there is a concept. We could go like anywhere in the company with that. Yeah, maybe. Is there any other question? Yeah.
What's the average cost of a furry suit?
For the fursuit, the average cost, it depends. Like in the US and Europe. In the US, it's more like $5,000. In Europe, it's like 2,000 to 3,000 euros. It very depends on the thing. But for me, I sell them like between 2 and 2,000 and a half because I raised my price recently, excluding the fur. But for this price, I worked 4 months, and they are like after sale. There are like lots of things. Like when you got the delivery, it's not like ended. I can make modifications. I can change things for you. Yeah. Okay. Like show you. This is the first shot I made some months ago for this guy. This year the one of like the third one I made with long hairs now, and recently I changed. I got it here now because yes. Oh yeah, sorry, the tongue. Thank you. Yeah, the tongue gets off. Yes. And so I swapped the ears because the ears were too small. So when you work on something like that, you can always change, adapt the things, and modify. Because if the client wants to, I can work again on it. Like yeah.
How well do you see when wearing your fursuit?
How do I see?
How well do you see?
Oh well, it depends on how you make the fursuit. With big eyes like that, you have got a field of view field maybe like that. It depends on where the eyes, if you are close or not, on the size of the eyes. But most of the time it's pretty decent. Like you can walk alone, you can take stairs and all. But most of the time it's pretty okay. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Another question?
Another question.
How do you make yourself known?
How do I make it known? Sorry.
Yourself
Known.
Famous.
I try to do it on Twitter. So I post on Twitter. When I post photo, I hope the people like the photo so they can retweet it. When a client posts photos, I ask if he can like tag my professional account, so people like, I like this first shot, I like how it's made, who is the maker. So I ask people to tag me on the tweets. But being known is very hard and it takes lots of time. Most of people just speak to each other like, hey, he made it. So that's the way you can be known. But it's like, for some people it's a full job, like community manager. And so I try myself to post photo, but I just know it takes time. And when you make a first shot for someone that is followed by a lot of followers, it can be help. It can help because when he posts the photos, you have more people will see your account. But most of the time it's difficult because I'm not the only one. There are lots of people. The main thing is posting regularly and posting photos of cute things, and then the people will a bit know you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.